Last minute. Hey, the guy with the wrench on Carl Jacobson's stream can post links in the chat. You can post link. Oh, wait. Really? Links in the chat. Well, try posting a link. Have you ever even tried posting a link? He must be smarter than the wrench guy on this show. Or maybe, I don't know if there's a way to give, like, for the host to give moderators, like, permissions to do things. I've never seen any, like, options for, like, give your moderators the power to do things. And also, I don't know if I want to give you any more power. Oh, I made it to my preview this week. Yay! Look, you posted a link. You never even tried. You've never even tried. You're gonna complain. The other moderators can post links before you even try. Yeah, I had penblanks.ca right there. Oh, I had another busy week, but that's what I have to do. Now you can post a link to Carl's live stream. Yeah. Everybody can go watch Carl if you want. It's fine. I'll stay here with Megan and Stanifer. They'll stick around with me. Oh. Let me post it. Yeah, it lets you post it. It just doesn't show up. I can't tell if Stanifer is messing with me or not. Yeah. Yeah. So there. Everybody mess with Pinnell and tell him you can't see his link. Oh, how's everybody else's week? I had another. Oh, yeah. Message deleted by Chris Pinnell. Oh, I can click view deleted message. What did it say? It said LOL. Oh, that wasn't that fun. I can view deleted messages though. That's new. Oh, Waldrop's here. How you doing, Paul? Stop deleting people's messages. I'll take the wrench. I will. I'll give it to somebody else. I'll give it to B. Pinnell. Week sucked, but I got special orders done, and you're on vacation next week. I am on vacation as of 2 hours ago, an hour and a half ago. Got off work today, and I'm off until Wednesday after next. I booked this week off to finish all of my stuff that I need to finish for the market next weekend, and it's going to be good. I don't know exactly what I have to accomplish this week in order to be ready for market. I need to take inventory and then find the gaps in the inventory. So likely Christmassy stuff. I don't have a lot of like holiday fare. So like snowman. I've got some gnomes, but maybe some snowmen. Paul sent me a template for those little bandsaw reindeer. Might try some of those. We'll see. But definitely some snowmen, maybe a few more gnomes. Some more like Christmas market type things. Maybe some little boxes, because boxes, little knick-knack boxes seem to do well at Christmas markets. I'm 3D printing a new part for your Dyson vacuum that... I don't think I even knew that you had a 3D printer. That's cool. I wish I had a 3D printer to print like adapters for things like when the vacuum hose needs a adapter thing for the port, or for some reason some adapter things are like the same size as the diameter of the hose. Why do they make those? Why do they make adapters that are the same size and you have to like tape it? Just make the inside diameter the same as the outside diameter instead of the inside being the same size as the inside. That's stupid. I need to do something about this situation. Need to dial this in a little bit. This situation is getting a little bit unwieldy as well. This is easier because I just take the number 1 and I just vacuum my head with it. Printed a 4-inch adapter for your DeWalt 735 so you can hook up dust collection. Oh, you print me some adapters. I need, what do I need? I need an adapter for my DeWalt to DeWalt. My, weirdly enough, or do I? I don't know that I've ever even tried since I got the DeWalt shop vac. I did need an adapter for my old shop vac to my sander. Maybe the DeWalt to DeWalt will actually work. How long have I had that vac and I still have never tried it? This show is a learning experience for me too. I learn things on this show that I don't think I've ever tried hooking up my DeWalt shop vac to my DeWalt sander. You would think it would fit, right? Go try it. We all want to know. Yeah, maybe when I get over there, maybe I'll just test it and see if it actually works. Turn an adapter on the lathe. I guess you could do that. Yeah, you just turn a tube, Forstner bit the right size out, make it a little bigger if you need to. Ken's chanting, do it, do it. Oh, I'm wearing another new shirt. I'm wearing my Smooth, my hand plane shirt. We're going to try to do, I'm cheating, because this bowl is just too chunky on the bottom. I didn't go deep enough on the inside, so this is going to be my bowl part of the 2 pens in a bowl tonight. We're just going to get down another, I don't know, we'll look at it when it's up on the lathe to see where the depth. Feels like we've got a solid 3/8 of extra material at the bottom there. So that's going to be the bowl section of the night. And then we'll do 2 pens. And then I will have done 2 bowls and two pens in a bowl every day, except Thursday when I didn't do a bowl. I just did 2 pens, but then I did 2 bowls yesterday to make up for it. So, and this is day 13. So after tonight, I will have done 13 bowls and 26 pens. And then if I do 2 pens in a bowl tomorrow, I will have successfully completed my self-imposed challenge to do 14 days in a row other than Thursday this week. It counts. Does it count if you make up for it the next day? I would call it a success. If the goal was 2 pens in a bowl every day for 2 weeks, and at the end you end up with 14 bowls and 28 pens, that's a success, right? Even if one day you didn't do a bowl and then you did 2 the next day to make up for it. I don't know. Semantic argument. The goal was to do that much work over the course of 2 weeks, which is why I set myself the challenge, was for the end result to be what it hopefully will be. So this week I did, I don't remember the order of them. And the pens are kind of, they got put away. Some of them got put away. Some of them are still hanging out. Got these, these pens, and I think a couple others that have made it into the bag. O pens. And we did this little acacia dealie. This week, I did this chestnut, purple dyed outside chestnut this week. Little guy. And this walnut with a little ridge accent this week. I did this myrtle this week. And I did this acacia. It was also a cheat because it was another one of the it had a too fat bottom and I needed to finish doing the inside. So that was another cheat one. But that acacia is done and ready now. And this little shallow sort of dish, flamey chestnut guy this week that I like have an interesting little bottom on. It's got some extra detail on the bottom for some reason. It's a flamey chestnut shallow dish, dyed outside chestnut, acacia, walnut, myrtle, acacia. Tonight we'll finish this acacia. And then I will be at 26 pens and 13 bowls in 13 days. And I'm kind of sick of turning, to be honest. Like I almost made tonight like just the have drinks and hang out night because I was like 2 days ago. That's why I didn't get my bowl done on Thursday because I was like, I just do not want to be in front of the lathe anymore. Just, what do you make it tonight? Beckham says. 2 pens in a bowl. It's in the title. 2 pens. And I'm just going to finish this. This is just thick. It was early in my turning. So we're just going to do another couple of swoops across the bottom to thin it out. And then we'll do a couple of pens. And that's what we're doing tonight. Maybe I'll take Monday off instead of... No, I don't have time. I need to use this whole week to like finish getting ready. Make a couple of snowmen and go back to bed on Monday. Can you vote? Yeah, go ahead. Vote for whatever. It's that weird looking plane you got in the back. Have you been missing for a while? I assume you're talking about that one? That's my Stanley 45. Combination plane. It is it was an indulgence, a splurgy indulgence. A guy down the highway put up a post saying tool collection for sale with like a picture of just shelves of tools and planes and chisels and whatnot. And I can't avoid going to check that out. And that Stanley 45 came home with me in its original box with full sets of cutters. And it's beautiful and I like it. And it's probably not going to get a lot of use, but it's beautiful and I like it. And I didn't pay as much for it as it's worth. So if I ever end up deciding that I don't like it and don't want it anymore, it'll make me money. At least it'll make at least 100% profit when I sell it. Or I could give it away on the show. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I would probably get a fair number of viewers if I advertised for like a month that I was giving away a Stanley 45 in its original box to a viewer on a live show. There'd be a lot of people showing up for that show. What are they worth? Depends on the condition and how many cutters it comes with, whether it has all of its knobs and bars and stuff like that. Mine is a full, complete plane with all of its original cutters and pieces and knobs and handles, and so I would guess I could probably sell it for $300. Don't go over and advertise that I'm giving away a Stanley 45. Don't go to Carl's show and say, hey, this guy is he's giving away a Stanley 45. Nope, don't do that. I see them going online for like $250 American, not in full with all the cutters and knobs and stuff. So I imagine if I put it up someplace for $300, I could probably get that relatively quickly. But I don't want to, because I like it and it's pretty on my wall. I don't feel like turning yet. I was on my feet all day at work doing workshop. We're doing an art workshop today at the gallery. I was on my feet all day and I don't feel like being on my feet again just yet. So we're going to hang out. And you guys will have to suffer through. I'll take that instead of cherry pen. You still have to win a cherry pen, Lenzen. But interesting factoid, I screwed up a cherry pen, I think. One of these ones. No, not that one. One of them, I pushed the transmission in too far. And so when you twist it shut, the nib still sticks out just a little bit. This one. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. The tip of the pen sticks, that's fully closed, and I pushed the transmission in too far, so the tip of the pen still sticks out when it's closed all of the way. You can fix that? How do you fix that, Pinnell? I'm going to learn something. Because I tried to like grab it with like channel locks and like pry it out, and I couldn't. I don't know how to fix putting the transmission in too far. If I had a punch kit, you could disassemble and redo it. We've already established that I don't have one of those. Help me out. How do I fix it? Now you don't want to, because you know that I was going to say this one I might give away. I would like to sell it though, if I can, but I don't want to sell it when it does that, when it's closed. So somebody help me out. But I'll tell you what, Lenzen. On the show the weekend after the market, so the first show of December, where we're just gonna do the beers and hangouts, I will give away at least one, but probably more than one pen from whatever's left after the show. Put the pen over a hole in a board that's the same size as the pen, but the transmission can fit. Use an Allen key as a punch to tap the transmission back out. But I can't get at the transmission with the nib on it. How do I get the nib off? Or like this one. Fancy pen press of yours doesn't disassemble? I don't think so. I don't know how it would. Why are there only 2 thumbs on this show, by the way? Same size as the pen, but the transmission gets so like you drill a hole in a board and then put this in. The transmission goes through the hole, but the pen sits on it. But then how do I hit down on the transmission inside? to write Allen key, it would work the same size as the pen ink tube. So I have to get it into that. I don't know if I have an Allen key that small, but I don't know. I'll have a look and see if I can figure it out. You just shorten the ink tube. I don't know. Twist that out. I don't know. Or put a spacer in here someplace so that it doesn't go down all the way. Does the black come off then? These are all things I don't know. Yes? I could just sand down this, maybe. This end of this. And put the end cap back on. Yeah. And then, okay. But then, whenever this ink runs out, and people go buy a refill and put it in, then it won't close all the way because it'll be that much longer than the one that was in there. That's not that cool. Like once you replace the ink, you now have a pen that doesn't fully retract, and I have to tell people that they have to shave off a 1/16 off of their pen ink refills. Just change your name and move before the ink runs out. Or I could just have them, like, when the ink runs out, you come back to me and get a pen ink refill. And I'll shave off a 1/16 off the end of it for you. Custom shaved down pen ink refills available by request. Really, do you ever go through a whole a whole pen ink? How much are you writing that you go through one of these before you lose the pen or somebody steals it? Options. I have options. Make a stool to take your mind off it. The stool is in the works. It's in planning stages. You have a customer that has bought 2 refills? That person writes too much. Custom pen, custom ink refill. Megan's got it. Unfortunately, this particular pen only takes the custom refills that only I offer. It's exclusive. That makes it more expensive. This pen is now $50 because it takes exclusive pen refills that only I can offer. Proprietary ink refills. That's exactly, see? We're on the same wavelength. It's okay, Mike. I'll take that pen off your hands. You already have a pen in the mail. I don't know where it is, but you already have a pen in the mail. Misfit's got a pen in the mail. Penel, you got your custom grit and you've been making stuff and it's awesome. I need an update because you were waiting for the custom grit so that you could get back out in the shop. Still at Shoppers. See, he does that every time. He's like, oh, it took so long to get to me. But it's like he waited 2 weeks for it while it was at Shoppers for him to go pick it up, and then he complains that it took too long. Children out in the street yelling. Should we get on this? Finish off this Acacia bowl before I crush too many more beer and want to give up on turning. We'll do the bowl. The pens are relatively quick. Let's get started on the actual turning for tonight. just get that back. There we go. We are, all right, let's see. DeWalt sander. No. DeWalt hose does not go on DeWalt sander. It's the same size. It's that problem that I was just talking about. That they made the inside diameter the same. It's stupid. Why is that going click, 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 click? I don't like that. What's that? They're all tight. Yeah. Doesn't sound like a bearing. Shut up. Everything's riding okay. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. It'll be fine. Everything's great. Let's just go. It'll be fine. We haven't had anything go terribly, terribly wrong for quite some time. So maybe we're due. Let's get a piece of tape. This is a relatively deep bowl already. We can go to, well, it is almost a full 3 inches, and that mortise is actually relatively deep because it was early on before I trusted anything. We're gonna go to 1 5/8 inches, or sorry, 2 5/8 inches. Yeah, we'll go to 2 5/8 inches, and we are at 2 1/8 inches. So we got about a 1/2 inch of material we can take off the bottom of this thing. Spinning pretty true. All right, back you guys up so I don't knock you over. really didn't want to bring this bowl to the show anyway. That's pretty close. We're maybe just over a 16th from where we want to be now. So that's better. Can still take some off there. That's probably pretty good now. Yeah, I should probably stop. That's a better curve there. Except I do have a ridge there now. But that is a much better floor that I used to do. I didn't want to bring this bowl anyway, did I? Mm-hmm. Loud noises. It's okay. Should probably stop though. Yeah. There's a crack running through this whole bowl. It's not going to show up. There's a crack running through this whole bowl. I don't know. I can't. What's the point in finishing a bowl that I'm going to sell knowing that it's going to crack? No. We're done. Oh no, maybe it'll show up. Crack running right through here. It's not the kind of crack you can fill with CA. Crack going right through there that transfers to the inside. This one I am going to finish as my personal popcorn bowl at some point. Come on back. Sell it to someone for their mother-in-law. Little cherry. Little cherry. This is 5 by 2 little cherry. Do that instead. This show, nothing ever goes perfect. It's fine. Little cherry. We got a little cherry bowl on D. McLennan's lathe right now. We're going to do this. We're going to do one swoop up. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Changing directions. Changing directions. Where did I put it? Little cherry bowl, one swoop up. I don't come in this room for perfect. Yeah, don't come here to learn. Come here to see how things can go. You can come here for inspiration, if you like. I've been told a few times over the last little while that people come here to be inspired to make things, which is fantastic to hear. Don't come here to learn technique. Don't come here to learn how to turn. That's okay. Hey, who's Larry? Larry Stone! Howdy from North Carolina. I'm assuming NC is North Carolina. Welcome to the show. There we go. One swoop. That'll do. That'll do. Across there. Put you guys back up here. Flush off the bottom. Get it turned around. Let's get the show done. Still gotta make pens. Boom! One sweep. Good enough. Loud noises. Pretty good cuts up here. Start down at, I don't know what's on here. Nothing's on there. Okay. What's this? There's a 150. We'll start there and see if it works. Want to buy? You guys trying to sell the CA glue link? So apparently it doesn't work anymore. I've been told. No, it's just. accent for some reason. Right. Right there. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I wanted a little accent right there. That's my show. So. What did I do with it? 150. Seriously? Because I love sanding accents. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Because I'm an idiot and I make terrible decisions. And then I lose my sandpaper that I was just using a second ago. There we go. That's a nice little ridge. And 240. Do 3. I gotta have a random one laying around here someplace. What's this? What is this? $3.20. Come on. Let's get this thing going. $3.20. Real quick. That's gonna be a nice little cherry thing, actually. We'll custom grit. Get some new. A little custom grit. We'll do the recess instead of forgetting to do the recess this week. And then we'll move on to the inside. Maybe I don't do pens tonight. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. Right now, I'm feeling like I kind of just don't want to do pens after this. Got to be honest. If there's one thing I am on this show, it's honest about how I'm feeling about stuff. Custom grit step 1. In case you're unfamiliar with the custom grit finishing system, it is also available down in the Etsy store, which is linked below. It's a 2-part sanding and finishing in one system that also sucks to get into little ridges that I put in things because I'm an idiot and I like to make my life more difficult than it needs to be. Step 1 takes it up to ridiculous smooth and finishes it. Follow it with step 2 and it gets to ludicrous smooth. No pore filler needed for custom grit. Okay. On super open grained woods, it does get into the pores and can It can look not awesome in really wide open pores like oak. But I've never had anything come off the lathe after being custom gritted with custom grit in the pores and been like, wow, that looks terrible. I need to redo that. Ash? No, I did all of these guys, all these swamp ash ones in custom grit. Where is one? There's one. That's an ash that I did in custom grit that has no problem with it in the pores. Buff it in, buff it out. Turning an ash bowl now that has very open grain. Yeah, I mean, you might want to seal those pores. You might want to. I don't. Others might. I'm gonna turn a curly maple bowl this week and some ash handles for some new lathe tools. Nice. Let's go to step 2. And the abrasive breaks down as you're buffing it in. Trying to get it down into the little stupid thing that you did for no reason. Because you're an idiot and you felt like it, thought it needed something, even though it didn't at all need that. Go. Step 1, step 2. Ever think of running a guitar string into that to burn it? Yep, I have thought of doing that before. I have not done that before. But yes, it is done by some folks. I should make a burner thing, guitar wire thing, for instances just like this. But I haven't. Thing in the right place one of these times. There we go. Just about flipping it around. Nope. No, I was gonna do little ridges again. I don't wanna. It makes my life more difficult. Go. Quick hit. This is supposed to be a fast bowl. I'm not gonna overdo it inside the mortise on the bottom of the bowl. Not gonna overdo it on the bottom of the bowl. That was my song. That was my I'm not gonna overdo it on the bottom of the bowl song. I don't know if you can tell, I just wrote it right now. I think you could probably tell. All right, there's 150. Let's do a sandpaper all over the place. There we go. Do a 240. Brand the bottom before wax. I can't. I crowned it. And also shut up. We go 240 real quick, 340 even quicker. Take off any nib that might happen to be on that ridge. Custom liquid wax. I got demonetized for that song. No, I own the rights to that song, and I told my producer to make it common license. So I better not get demonetized for that song. So otherwise I need to find a new producer. Liquid wax, custom wax. Do they sell any quality sandpaper in Canada besides the stuff you hang by the toilet? I buy Klingspor, but yeah, they do sell quality toilet paper and sandpaper for that matter. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That'll work. Spin it around. Oh, probably no pens tonight. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Let's get into it. Oh, or do I kind of just want to have a beer? Russian. I'm not Russian. Like, I'm not from Russia. But I do feel like I'm rushing this bowl. And I don't know why. I'm enjoying myself. We're more than halfway down. I'm going to do 2 more swoops. We're going to go sit. Coming off nice. So we are going about 1 5/8 inches down, and we're at 1.5 inches. So I have 1/8 of an inch left to do. I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna leave 1/8 of an inch of the bottom to go sit and have a beer. That actually might have been it. Yeah, that was it. We're at depth. We're gonna sit. We're gonna come back and thin out those walls just a titch, but not much. We're gonna have ourselves a little cherry dish. And then I'll think about whether I want to move on to pens or not. If he only knew what he misses in the chat. I end up finding out what I missed in the chat because I watch these after the fact. What was that unit of measurement? Inches. Now he reads back. No, I'm not going back right now. But I will watch this again. And I'll watch it with the chat so I can see what people say. Don't think you guys are going to sneak things by me, because I will end up reading them eventually. A titch. Yeah. A smidge. A titch. You guys don't use a titch? Like just a titch more? Out on the East Coast? Maybe it's a Saskatchewan thing. Maybe they don't even use it here. Oh, Patches is back. Is that full mic compliment? Me, Bennett, Pinnell. Not Pinnell. Pinnell's not a mic. He'll never be a mic. Me, Bennett, Patches, Stanifer. Is that 4? What happened to New Guy Mike? Remember New Guy Mike? Mike Jones? No. I don't remember. Yeah, you do sneak them by me when I read them live. But then I find out afterwards what you guys said. Which is, I learn things when I read back at them. I learned that Misfit wants to buy some of the custom liquid wax, but I don't have just the custom liquid wax available in the store. 4 out of 5 mics is a pretty good show. 4 out of 5 anythings. And let's not get into it. Oh, I do need a beer. We're going to finish off this cherry bowl. That's an hour. By the time we're done, we're going to be at an hour and a half. And I may or may not bother moving on to pens. But then if I don't do them during the show, I just have to do them after the show. Or do I? Yes, I do. Yes, because you set yourself a goal. Stop copping out on it. Granddaughter's birthday. Sorry, I'm late. You don't have to apologize for being late. You don't have to apologize for leaving during the show. Like Beckham's always coming and going. He's like, "Oh, I'm at work, guys. I got to go do something," and then he comes back a little while later, and then he expects us to fill him in on what he missed. Little cherry thing. It'll probably look actually a fair bit like this one when it's done. Somebody slamming the door of my house, making my tools rattle. No pens in a bowl. Change the hashtag. I'll just change the title of the video to turning a small cherry bowl, and nobody will ever know. Or a 1 year lathe last year at Christmas. They're raising money again to give away 5 this year. Gonna auction off a guitar to raise money to pay for the lathes. Nice. That's good. That's a good way to give back. It's never just a straightforward thing on this show. I don't know how I didn't notice that crack on that acacia one. It'll finish up. I'll use it for popcorn. It'll be fine for me. I'm not going to have it in somebody else's house though. Giveaway. We do a giveaway on the acacia bowl. It's fine. Everything's wonderful. Everything's great. Anybody like done their Christmas list yet? Anybody like what are you anybody on this show like one of those people that like they're done their Christmas shopping by the middle of November? Or their Christmas making or whatever? Because I'm never. There was a couple of years ago where I was actually like done by the 10th-ish of December, which was severely abnormal. Lenzon's done. He's just giving everybody an Amazon gift card. I haven't made this stuff yet. I do plan on making you one of your Christmas gifts to give out. I hope that that's a thing that's going to happen. I hope that's a thing that's going to happen. Haven't done started. That's okay. There's lots of time. There's years where I haven't started. Well, before I started making things and trying to incorporate made things into Christmas giving, there were years where I didn't start until the 22nd. When you get your employee gift, you didn't get me a best employer of the year gift this year on Boss's Day. So I'm not sure that you're going to get your Christmas bonus / gift. But I should get Pinnell. Like, I should give him a Christmas bonus that's based on a percentage of his previous income for the year. Like that's what Chris, your Christmas bonus is 75% of your total earnings for the year. That's pretty good. That's a huge bonus. 75% of the rest of your income for the entire year as one lump sum bonus at Christmas time. I am a good boss. That's huge. send him a Mastercraft wrench. I'm gonna pay him. I'm gonna give him a bonus of 75% of his annual income from this. Better hope my GameStop stock. GameStop stock is hard to say. Go up soon. You got a free set of custom grit. I mean, you would have got that for not being an employee, but you got a free patch of custom grit. We should finish off the inside of this cherry thing. Maybe we'll do a pen. We'll probably do a pen. I've talked myself back into it. Actually, don't really need to do a lot of work on the walls there either. Oh. Done deal. Sanding. 120, 240, 320, we're done. Loud noises. Let's go slow. Is it as clear to you guys as it is to me that I'm being really, really impatient tonight? Because I feel like I'm being really, really impatient tonight. And I just wonder if it's coming through to everybody else. Let's get it finished. And it'll be what it'll be. We'll just do liquid wax custom wax. You know, I wonder if that is a bearing. Because it's like the side pressure that's making the click, 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 click. I sure hope not, though. Because this lathe is not old enough for that. Sir, I'm here for the chat. Don't really watch the show. Yeah, fair. I understand that. You come here for whatever reason you want to come here. I'm just going to do the show. You guys want to come, you can come. If you want to just hang out amongst yourselves. I should do that one week. Just like start the show and just walk away. And just let you guys just hang out for a couple hours. All right, everybody, welcome back to Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff. Have a good time. I'll see you in a bit. I know you're not here for me anyway. Would you notice the difference? See, that's the thing. You might not. Cherry ball. I made a cherry ball, everybody. I may or may. Oh, it's all coming apart. It's all coming apart. I may or may not go back in. I don't know if you can see that transition. Has a little bit of displeasure for me. Because all of a sudden I'm picky. You get to a certain point, you get to like, you start at beginner, you get to novice. And then between novice and intermediate, you start getting greedy and picky about stuff. And it's that kind of stuff right there. That transition right there has a line through it. You're not supposed to point out errors you wouldn't notice. Yeah, somebody will. And if there's anything that this show is, it's me being honest about my woodworking journey. So why wouldn't I tell you guys that I'm not super pleased about that transition? If I pretended that I loved everything that happened in here, that wouldn't be this show. This show ain't about lies. I probably will chuck that back up, actually. It quite bothers me. Just need to make one new smooth transition cut right at the bottom, and then resand and refinish that, which I will do. I can almost guarantee. I didn't say lies, I said don't tell us. This show is about the adventure of what it is that I do out here in the shop. Part of what I do out here is accept mediocrity or fight past it. I'm sanding is never happy with my sanding skills. And I think that is what happened with this one, because of the diameter of this pad in relation to that curve. It wasn't getting right into that transition when I was moving it around in there. It was probably skipping over it as it went like this. It's my assessment. I was in a lot better mood before this show. This show usually puts me in a better mood than when I start. I was in a lot better mood watching my premiere than I am right now. What happened? It's because I haven't been hanging out with you guys. I've been trying to do stuff. I want to hang out with you guys. I'm not doing pens. I want to hang out with you guys, put myself in a better mood. Every time I finish a bowl, I sit and point out all the little flaws. And you could do it forever. I mean, even the people who are way better at this, the masters of the craft, they still do that to their own stuff. It's just their flaws are smaller. The first piece of furniture I ever made, if I looked at it now, I would probably be like, that is terrible, burn it. Back then, I was probably be like, well, I could have done this better, but I'm pretty happy with this. As you get better at stuff, your personal margin for appreciating the errors becomes smaller. So this is still a significantly better bowl than the Adequate bowl. But I'm pissed off about the little sanding miss. I got the Adequate bowl has tear out and ridges and crap in it. And I was happy with that. Just keep getting better, keep trying, keep at it. There's not ever going to be, if there's ever anything, how terrible would that be? It would be absolutely horrible to make the perfect thing. Wouldn't it? If you ever finished a project and you were like, this is the perfect thing, why would you ever make another thing? You've already made the perfect one. And that would be terrible. Because now everything that you made, you'd be comparing against the perfect thing. That'd be terrible. It's all been downhill since the Adequate Bowl. I hate you. It's fun. It's fine. It's fun. I'm like, you know what? We're all on a journey. Sometimes journeys have stumbles. Sometimes they have step backwards. Backward. Sometimes they have steps backwards. Yeah. I mean, that was a great video. Was it? Was it though? Earning his bonus. Yeah, see now he's all that's what he's doing. He's trying to earn that bonus. In case it's your turn to buy gas. No, I bought the gas yesterday. Journey is not a straight line. It's if a journey's a straight line, you did it wrong. But then again, nobody can tell you that your journey's wrong. Little cherry bowl. And a personal popcorn vessel. For myself. Any rain over there? Yeah, it's been raining. It's been raining a little bit. We didn't get it. We didn't get it like a lot of the province got it. Some of the province got annihilated. But it wasn't the rain's fault. It's the terrible policy decision-making fault. Don't soapbox politic. Abbotsford turned back into a lake. Yes, it did. When humans exert their will over the planet, sometimes the planet will only take that for so long. And the planet said, no, I'll have my lake back, please. And the planet said, oh, this hillside isn't covered in trees anymore. Let's take it out onto the highway. The supplies to the island come from the mainland. Generally, boats are still running, though. We had a highway that got demolished out of Victoria, too, though. The Malahat got taken out. So all of the supplies for the island that go through Victoria had a significant delay. And then all the idiots that are like, they don't understand supply chains and they hear on the news like that there may be some delays in shipping. So they go to the store and they buy everything. Like, why do you need? I went to get like actual groceries for my kids' lunches for school. And all the bread's gone and all the meat's gone. And there's people that are just carts full of nonsense. Like, you're the reason there's going to be problem. Like, it's a self-perpetuating thing. You think there's going to be problems with the supply chain. You're the one that's going to cause the problems with the supply chain. Because you're buying way more than you need. So now there are people who are having problems getting what they need because of the people who were concerned that they might have a problem getting the things they need. Beer. I'm getting riled up and I need to slow down. I need to just... It's fine. Everybody's on their own journey. Used to commute over the Malahat. I went down. I worked in Langford. I lived here and worked in Langford and had a basement suite for about 6 months, and just came back and forth. Came back for the weekends and then went back down for the week. I couldn't imagine being somebody that lives in like Duncan or Ladysmith or something and worked in Victoria. No. Want to buy some toilet paper? No, I got lots. I was at the store the other day and I bought like 12 packs of it. Yuck. Yeah, it wasn't awesome, but it was the job that I had. It was good though. I got to know the Victoria area better than I ever would have otherwise. Worked for the Goldstream News Gazette. And in fact, I did a little stint out at the Souk, whatever their newspaper's called too, for a few weeks when their editor took vacation and they didn't have anybody else. Kept at least 3 Costco toilet paper packs in the garage since COVID. He's just got a stockpile. Just in case something bad happens and everybody goes nuts and the stores don't have any. Check the sound. Yep. Sounds fine. Oh, I need to stop looking at that, or maybe I'll turn it over. Turn it over and leave it on my bench like this so I'm not looking at the inside of that. I don't care. I've done 13 bowls and 24 pens in 13 days. And then tonight, after we're done this show, I'm going to make 2 more pens probably. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll make 4 tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day of the 2 pens in a bowl challenge. I can make a bowl and 4 pens tomorrow to successfully complete the challenge. And redo the inside of this. Seriously though, let's have a look. Over the last 2 weeks, this little cherry guy, this little outside dyed swamp ash guy, this shallow little flamed chestnut, this ash, swamp ash bowl, this walnut bowl, this flamed maple ridiculous nonsense bowl. Look at that. This myrtle. This dyed flamed chestnut. This dyed swamp ash. It's also stupidly cool on the inside. This acacia. This walnut with the little ridge. This is 2 weeks. This myrtle. And this acacia. Whoa. And this little Myrtle guy too. That has like a flare out and then a flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 14. Why do I have 14? What happened? What happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. How am I at 14? That's supposed to be tomorrow. What have I done? Did I do an extra one? I did. I did an extra one on week 1 about Wednesday or Thursday. I was like, I still wanted to be in the shop after I had done my 2 bowls and a pen, so I chucked this little piece of Myrtle up. That's what happened. So I'm at 14 bowls. So I'm at 14 bowls in 13 days. So tomorrow I just have to do 4 pens. Average that I'm going to sell them for at the market. Won't be 15 bucks. No. Average for these ones that I've done over the last week, I would say will be about 30, 35. This guy, that'll probably be like a $50 deal. This walnut is a decent size, will probably be 40. So like 50, 40, 40, 30, 30. Yeah, I'd say average, I would say closer to 30 than 40, but yeah. Like these little guys, the little cherry guy that I made tonight, after I fix it, that'll be like a 25. So like this guy, little Myrtle guy, probably 25. Probably 30 on Saturday, 25 on Sunday. The dyed ones have to go a little higher because they take a little longer because you have to wait in between things and it's just more work. So the dyed ones will go for a little bit more. But so like that, for example, undyed would probably be 35, 40, but I'll probably have to put it at 50 bucks to start with. And it'll go at 50 because people like colors. God, that's a lot of nice bowls. I'm surrounded by beautiful things that I made in the last 2 weeks. $5 per inch in diameter. 7 inches, $35. Nope, doesn't work. Because what about depth? If you got a 7-inch thing that's 4 inches deep, you'd be charging $35 for it? I mean, you can. I'm not going to. Try blue. I've done like an aquamarine blue that's really nice. That sold as soon as I put it on Instagram. Like I put it up on Instagram and somebody messaged me that was like, I'm gonna buy that right now. How much? Does that put you in a better mood? All the nice bowls that I made? It did put me in a better mood just going through the nice bowls that I made. I'm surrounded by beautiful things. Surround yourself with beautiful things. And if they're beautiful things that either you've made or have been made by somebody that you care about or that you respect or something, that's even better. We need to We need to worry less about how many things that we have and more about the quality of the things that we have. Been slowly moving in that direction over the last few years. Like, I don't need a bunch of garbage from the dollar store. I want fewer, nicer things. And I'm going that direction hard. Like, we are having, every time we clear out stuff, we don't replace it with other stuff. Well, we try not to. Sometimes it happens, but fewer, nicer things. Surround yourself with beautiful things and better things and fewer things. Soapbox. Don't protest at hospitals. The chat makes me feel better. Hanging out with you guys makes me feel better. I'm going to fix that cherry thing, though. Bothers me. It almost bothers me more that I didn't notice that it was happening. So I ended up wasting like 15 minutes of my life and $1.50 worth of sandpaper. It's another good show, though. Next week is, I want more tools. I can never have enough tools, Lenzen says. Yes and no. It gets to a point where you have all the tools you need. I understand the sentiment, because you're always going to want more tools. But once you have all the tools you need, I think work on getting better versions of those tools is more important than getting more tools. Quality over quantity in almost all things. Unless it's a tool that does something that none of your current tools do. In which case, that's a tool you need. So it does change the dynamic. But yeah, if you have all the tools you need, replace them with better ones. Don't stop buying tools. Next week is, I'm going to be at the market until 4 on Saturday. Then I'm going to come home. I don't want to make something after I've been selling my stuff all day. So next week, we're going to do a hangout, bevy, maybe guitar. We talk about how the day went at the market. Hangout show. Because I'm going to have been at a market for 6 or 7 hours. There's no way that I'm going to want to come into my shop and turn a bowl. I'm not going to do a live show at the market. We've established that that's rude for both you guys and my customers at the markets. We'll just demonetize next week. We'll get the guitar out. We'll play some Tragically Hip and some Pink Floyd. And we'll get demonetized. Next week will be Chris's Christmas bonus week. Minus the super chats. The super chats don't count. It's only AdSense revenue. No. So next week we'll do a hangout bevy and talk about how the day went at the market, how much I brought to the market. We'll do a market talk next week. We'll talk about how much I bring, how much I sell things for. Did anybody buy anything? What else did I bring? Because there should be, lots of people do markets and stuff. So what do I bring with me when I go to the market? A clipboard, some paper, some business cards, we'll go through market stuff. Business Mike. That's right. We'll do business, not a Mike week next week. Talk about how badly I did at the market. My market is in 2 weeks. I'm nervous. I'm super nervous to go to this one. This is the first year I've managed to convince myself that I was at a level that qualify me for the market I'm in next week. It's the Christmas market of the region that people care about. I've done Christmas markets, but they're all just like the little town halls at the little shit towns in between here and other towns, and like the judo club that's got like 15 tables and stuff at it. This is the first year I've convinced myself to go to the big one. So it's the Catalina wine mixer of Christmas markets. The one I'm going to, people really show up at this one. Yeah, the one that I'm in is Redonk. Maybe I was thinking maybe I should just go live for like 20 minutes and just walk through the market that I'm at. But nah. I watched Step Brothers again last week for the second time this year. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Put my balls on your snare drum. So much room for activities. Now we're not just gonna do quotes. Take a book, catalog what you take what you see and what you sell for, and then go back to do this one in the future. You compare different. See, now you're talking like business person that wants to document things and learn from them. I always bring a clipboard with some paper on it, and I make notes for myself about how things are going. Some mangina. Yeah, and I at least take a mental note of what sold better than other things and that kind of thing. I don't document, really. But I mean, I don't make that many different types of things. Like, so obviously, if I sell out of charcuterie boards and nobody buys a bowl, maybe I should stop bringing bowls. You know? It's not, my equation is not quite as difficult as some people's. Like I imagine you make soaps, right? So I imagine with soaps, there's a bunch of different flavors of soaps. That's a lot different than like my bowls. I mean, I could take a mental note of like cheap bowls sell better than expensive bowls. That's about as complicated as my like documentation needs to be. Back at this, I can look at the back at the same markets I've done and see what I took in at each sale, whether I lost or gained. Wait, do you not eat your soap? Like if it's fancy soap that you got at a market? That's why you buy fancy flavored soap, is so that you can wash yourself and eat it, right? Like, isn't that, because otherwise wouldn't you just buy Zest? Like the reason you buy fancy soaps is so that you can also eat it. Hour 54. Made this. And also, look how much of this popcorn bowl we also made. Look at this. This big acacia guy. That all I need to do is sand and finish on the inside. That'll be 15 in 14 days. In 13 days, in fact. If I sanded and finished this tonight, That'd be 15 bowls and 24 pens in 13 days. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I'm going to do a couple of pens after the show tonight. And I'll do... No, I'm not going to do a couple of pens after the show tonight. I know I'm not. I know I'm not. I'm going to do 4 pens tomorrow. I'm going to do these 4 pens tomorrow. And another bowl. And it's going to be 28 pens and 16 bowls in 14 days. I might take Monday off. Or I might go make some snowmen. Maybe I'll make a snowman video. Never did do a snowman video. I made a snowman last year because Sheldon kept bothering me to do it. Pretend I didn't see the comment. I didn't see the comment. I'm not pretending anything. Say it again. I'm not scrolling back. Yeah, I made a snowman live on the show, and by one and only snowman I've ever made. Maybe I'll make some of those this week, and I'll record a video of making snowmen. People would probably watch that. I could make a little 2-ball snowman instead of the 3-ball snowman that I made. That could have gone in a weird direction. Don't have to scroll, it's right there. Okay, hold on. While I'm scrolling a little bit, I'm sending you a bar and you're eating it for us live. Well, I'm not, no, like, you guys do not want me to go live in the shower. Okay? This is not going to be pleasant. And you only eat your soap while you're washing it with it. Like, you don't just eat it for fun. You eat it for a snack while you're washing yourself. What's wrong with you people? Like, yeah, how else do you clean your teeth? Like, you shower, you soap, and then you clean your teeth with your soap, and you take a bite, and it cleans your tonsils and stuff. You don't only eat in the shower, you only eat soap in the shower. Because it's part of your cleaning routine. What is wrong with you? Like, you don't... Don't drop. That's what fancy soaps are for. That's why they make them look like fudge. See? Bennett. I don't often agree with that guy, but at least he knows what he's talking about this time. Don't make soap look like fudge unless it's good gourmet soap. It's also good for cleaning your insides of your face and tonsils. One more beer? Or should we wrap it up? It's an hour 58. Surround yourself with beautiful things. I'm surrounded with beautiful things. Do you make the long bricks of fudge-shaped soaps and then cut it into slices like a loaf? Like a loaf of soap? Why would you? Oh, I had a connection problem. Did anybody else? Are we still doing a thing? I'm gonna go get a new beer. Somebody let me know if we're still doing a thing. Still here. Okay. All right. I did glitch. You guys glitched too. I got a spinning circle thing, and then it said, "You're live." And I was like, You make a slab, split it into loaves, and then slice it into bars. Sounds like food to me. We can barely type anything while I go get a beer since I have such a short distance to go. It's not as funny if he doesn't come. If he doesn't show up, it's not as fun to make fun of the fact that he has to go into the house to get beer. But you're right. I really only have to go just over there. Ah, disappointing. Because that was probably not a cheap acacia blank. And that, I don't know if anybody noticed how that was sounding when I was cutting it, but that's why it was sounding like that. It's not, the light isn't going to let you show it, but it does go all the way through. It's almost exactly the same. How old is this bowl? I turned this initially. It was between the time that I got my Laguna lathe and started making turning videos with my Laguna lathe, because I wanted to learn how to turn on a proper lathe before I started making turning videos on my new proper lathe. Looks like a drying stress crack. Yeah, I think it may have just been that this blank was not fully dry before I turned it, and then I didn't dry it because I would have thought that it was dry as a blank. So I would not have put it in shavings to dry and then return like you do with green bowls. But if I just spin it up and sand out the inside of this and finish it, that's a fantastic popcorn bowl for me. Also didn't turn it thin enough to dry without cracking. Your face isn't thin enough to dry without cracking. Fat face. No way to, you could thin in CA, maybe. I don't know if it's worth it though, because it's clearly there's no way to get glue down into it and make it not look like it has a crack. Even if it's not going to continue cracking, it's still going to look like it has a crack in it, because it does. I'm okay with it for chips and popcorn, for me. I just don't want to sell it and have it in somebody's house. It is pretty though. Acacia's pretty. Other than this. Perfectly good popcorn bowl. And it'll only take me another 4 minutes to do, because I know that it's for me, and I'm probably going to do 120, 240 liquid wax. Because it's my popcorn bowl, and it's going to get seasoned with popcorn butter. Do I file a workplace harassment claim in BC or Nova Scotia? That's for you to figure out. Also, they're going to want to see our contract that we've both signed. And that's going to be a problem. How are you going to get rich without selling crap? Well, a couple of problems with that question. The first is that I'm not going to get rich. You're working with the wrong premise. He lives on an island, just sink his boat. I mean, you could do that, but you get in a lot of trouble for sinking the boat that goes back and forth from the island. The multiple boats that go. Played lotto. Once in a while. I'm not a big lottery guy, but I'll buy a ticket once in a while when the jackpot gets up there, just because what? Maybe. But I'm not consistently feeding money into the lottery system. I'm going to wrap this up. This has got to be it. It was a fun show. It ended up being a fun show. There were some times where I got a little bit not very Mike-like, and I apologize for that. This whole, like, I'm not a good production mode person. And when I feel like I'm just churning instead of making, like, I love making things. I don't like feeling like I'm churning things and just pump it out, just get it done. It's just it doesn't fill my basket, you know? Like, whatever. Just like the reason I'm out here making stuff is because it's fulfilling and it's rewarding, and I can sell stuff for money. That's great. But the reason I'm out here making stuff is because it's good for me, like, emotionally and mentally and spiritually and, like, physically too. And when I get into production mode to start making money and, like, I have to get stuff done because I need to sell stuff, like, that's not what I'm doing this for, and I kind of hate it. And I apologize that that's what the first bit of tonight felt like to me. I hope it didn't feel like it to you. Yeah, it's a hobby, not a job, right? Like, it's a side gig. Like, it does help provide income for my household, and that's fine. I need to keep a balance of why I'm doing this versus what this is doing in terms of financial things. So, yeah. You can make a little money from it without becoming a job. Yeah, exactly. And I think I found a pretty good place in terms of my attitude towards that. But just these last 2 weeks, this challenge thing that I gave myself, this churny challenge, probably was not my best idea. Because it has I have not really been enjoying my time out here. I mean, I've been enjoying some of my time out here because some of these bowls just were awesome. Like, this little acacia one was super fun. I really liked making this, and it was great and awesome, and I had a good time doing it. Some of them, not going to say who, some of them were production mode, and it's not what I want to be doing. Same thing with this administrator job, right? Sometimes it's super fun and rewarding and, like, soul filling being an administrator. a moderator on this channel. Sometimes it's just work. Somebody say something mean so that Chris can delete it so that he feels better about his life. Chris sucks. Oh, why would you say such a thing, Stanifer? That was super mean. Now he's just going to leave it. Oh, there it goes. All right. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. Once again, I can't thank you enough for coming by. Next week is drinks and hangouts. And do not, if there's one thing I can recommend to you, it's that to not overburden yourself with expectations. That's it. Bring a guitar next week and play along with me. Or a drum, a hand drum or something. Bye for now.